Welcome back to the Blue, Albertson Stadium, home of your Boise State Broncos, the bastion of Bronco Nation, a field of dreams where greatness has become a tradition. Whether you're new to Idaho and this is your first game, or your family has had season tickets for 3 generations, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Welcome courtside here at Extra Mile Arena. Boise State Broncos getting ready to host the Santa Clara Broncos. Rich Walt's going to join us here shortly, the CBS Sports Network play-by-play host. He's going to come on and give us his breakdown of the game. Get your questions in, get your comments in. Let us know where you're watching the game from tonight. Get us in the comments. We'll give you a shout-out where you're watching from tonight as Boise State gets set to host Santa Clara. We will have the pregame warm-ups. We'll give you some video footage of Boise State as they warm up on the court here in a few minutes, and let us know where you're watching the game from, and we'll get that to you. Big one for Boise State, 6-4, as they try to obviously make it 4 wins in a row. And as I said, the great Rich Waltz joins me now here. There's your mic. There's your mic, Rich.
There's nothing that's that's way overselling the product there.
Well,
so, what's going on?
I appreciate it. I know you're on a time thing here, and you're squeezing me in, so I appreciate it. I know you like coming to Boise to do some basketball, and you got the Broncos versus the Broncos tonight. What do you make of the matchup?
Broncos are going to win this game, I think. This is a really fun matchup for me because you got 2 really good mid-major leagues who both have off to good starts, have, I think, almost like 10 teams combined in the top 100 of the net. These feel like bubble teams to me. These feel like, when you get to March, these teams could be battling for a bubble spot, which makes this game really, really important, I think, for both teams. I think it's going to be a really fun game. Josip Vrankic is back. He's going to play limited minutes tonight for Santa Clara. That's good news for the Santa Clara Broncos. And I think Tyson Degenhart is a difference maker for this Boise State team. I'm really interested to see him play tonight.
Give us your thoughts on the Santa Clara Broncos first. Obviously, had some big wins early in the season, beating Nevada and Stanford and TCU, but they've been battling some injuries and have kind of been up and down the last couple of weeks. What should Boise State fans watching this game tonight be looking for from Santa Clara?
Well, they've lost a lot of games because Vrankic has been gone. I mean, he's missed a whole month, and that's why he's only playing 15 to 20 minutes. He had mono, was not a COVID issue. He's one of the best players on the West Coast. I mean, he's a Euro big, a 6'9". He can pass, he can shoot. He makes them a lot better. So I think if you're Boise State, you want to take advantage of the time that he's not on the floor. That's when you really want to make your runs and make sure that you're locking it down and doing things well. They got 2 other really good players. Jalen Williams is one of the best scorers in the West Coast Conference, and Keyshawn Justice is a really good forward. It's a talented and very experienced team, and with Vrankic back, they're really, really good.
You obviously travel around the country. You're seeing a lot of these teams. I know you watch a lot of these games. From the Boise State's perspective, maybe 6-4 isn't the record, that fans here in town would like to see, but they've won 3 in a row. They've made the lineup change with getting rid of Dutrieve and adding in Degenhart. From your perspective, what do you see from Boise State right now?
I see an offense that's look, Leon Rice's offense is a free-flowing offense, but what incumbent upon that to make it work, you got to have guys that share the ball. You got to have guys that are unselfish. You got to have guys that are a facilitator. And I'm not saying that the guys that were running it before were selfish and all that, but Degenhart is a facilitator. He's a high IQ basketball guy, and to me, he's a glue guy who can score, which is rare and very valuable in the game. If he continues to score 13, 14 a game, he's in the right spot. The offense runs through him and runs well through him, and that makes Kejab and Acott much, much more efficient. It allows Shaver to do his thing as well, Armish to do his thing. So they just look like a much more cohesive unit over the last 3 games.
What's your take on Leon Rice, Rich Waltz?
I like him a lot. The challenges that he's had, I think you take last year for every coach in America and you throw it out. It's a COVID season. Despite that, they came this close. Maybe the loss to Fresno State knocked him out of the NCAA tournament. He's known throughout the sport as a guy that does it the right way. He develops players. He's put a couple guys into the league. He just needs to get over the hump, and maybe this is the year. The tough part right now is they're razor thin. Boise State is in terms of depth and he's going to have to navigate around that. But I think he's got the talent. Once they get into the Mountain West Conference and go and win games, there's plenty of opportunities for quad 1 and quad 2 wins in the Mountain West Conference with teams, the Wyomings, the Utah States, San Diego State, and all that.
Final 30 seconds so I don't go over my time limit on you. You and Pete Gillen on the call tonight, CBS Sports Network. What should our viewers expect on the broadcast tonight? What are the big storylines you're going to be hitting on?
Well, first of all, Pete is like high energy guy, so I just get out of his way, and he goes back into there. No, we're going to look, not only break down these teams, but talk about the leagues and talk about the net, which is the rankings that the NCAA uses. It parallels the NCAA selection. That's out, and there's a ton of West Coast Conference and Mountain West teams in the top 100. I think that's significant. We're going to look at Vrankich, and we're going to look at Degenhart and give people really the first chance to see Degenhart and see how he impacts Boise State.
Top of the hour, CBS Sports Network. You can find it on all the different channels. Appreciate it, Rich. Always a pleasure to get you on. And I won't be able to hear you live, but I'll go listen to it again later tonight. And good luck on the call.
BJ, congratulations on your new gig.
Appreciate it.
It looks great here.
Appreciate it. Your check's in the mail. I appreciate it.
So far, so good.
Thanks a lot. Have a good call tonight, and we'll be in touch.
Phone away. What's going on there?
Best way to do it, right? No, have a good call. Appreciate it. That's nice of Rich to come on right before tip-off here and talk to us as we get set for the game. Boise State is on the floor warming up. We'll try to show you some of the warm-ups here. We can add you to the stream here. There's Boise State on the court warming up. We'll get you warm-ups. Again, let us know where you're watching the game from. If you're watching this game from we got some folks that are chiming in. We're going to see what we can do here and try to find out and let folks know where they're watching from. If you have a question or a comment, big one for Boise State tonight as they get set, as I said, to host Santa Clara. It's the Broncos against the Broncos. How about that? As Boise State has a big one here tonight at Extra Mile Arena. How about this? This person's going to take the cake. Jason Green is watching from Australia. Appreciate it, Jason. Thank you for watching from Australia. We've got Chalice, Idaho. Appreciate it, James, for checking in. Nashville representing. Appreciate it. Always can count on Zachary Ball. Raleigh, baby. Raleigh watching from North Carolina. Appreciate you, Zach. Let us know. I'm not sure what you agree with, James, but appreciate it. Again, Boise State on the court right now warming up. They're going with the orange uniforms. We should say that it looks like good news. Pavle Kuzmanovic is warming up. So Pavle Kuzmanovic, the guard that sprained his ankle against CSUN, is warming up. Looks like he's going to play. So that is good news for Boise State. Apologize for the video being a little bit choppy. Wi-Fi is a little spotty here tonight, but we are working on that. But again, Santa Clara 7-4, and they are a team that has had some pretty good wins this year, but also a couple puzzling losses. They're dealing with some injuries, as we said, but they already beat Nevada by 22. They beat Stanford by 18, beat TCU by 19. So this is a very good Santa Clara team. They're coming off a loss to Cal. They had some guys out in that game due to injuries, but they're hoping to get those guys back. And again, if you let us know where you're watching this game from tonight, one of their best players is going to be back tonight, but his minutes will be limited. He's coming off mono, as you just heard Rich Waltz say, and appreciate Rich Waltz for coming on. Again, the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. We appreciate Lithia Ford for their sponsorship, and head on out to Lithia Ford if you're looking for that car or truck. RowPaint.com as well, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. We're live courtside at Extra Mile Arena. You see Boise State on the floor warming up right there, and Boise State looking to keep things rolling, looking for that fourth win in a row. They've won 3 in a row, obviously, and this is a big opportunity for Boise State to really start to get things rolling. They've got 3 in a row, looking for 4, and this would be a big one. Santa Clara is number 92 in the Ken Pom rankings. If you could get that top 100 win, that would be a really nice one to have moving forward. Boise State's got to make some hay here in the Ken Pom and the computer rankings, and if you have a chance against a top 100 team to do that, that certainly would be something that you would like to do. So Boise State, again, going with the orange uniforms tonight. It'll be the orange uniforms for Boise State, which last year they kind of wore in big games and wore when they were going for the sweep in some of the series. Coaches are wearing the retro polos as well. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. The game will be on CBS Sports Network at the top of the hour. Rich Waltz, Pete Gillen, but you can listen to the radio broadcast. Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson, they will have the radio call 670 KBOI as well as the Boise State website. You can listen to Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson. They'll have the call at the top of the hour for Boise State on the Bronco Radio Network on the radio side. So looking like a nice crowd filing in here. We're about 25 minutes from tip-off as Boise State is, again, the Broncos versus the Broncos. And as Rich Waltz said, the Broncos are going to win. So we can make that prediction right now. Boise State is actually about a 7-point favorite in Las Vegas. About a 7-point favorite in Las Vegas. But again, let us know where you're watching from. We can give you a shout out on the screen here if you got a question or a comment, or you just want to give us your location. We've already had Australia check in. We've had Nashville, Raleigh, North Carolina. So wherever you're watching the game from tonight or the pregame show, we'd love to hear from you. Appreciate Colin Mitchell, our associate reporter, manning the camera over there, the cell phone with the footage. And right as I say that, it freezes up a little bit. But appreciate Colin for doing that. And again, Boise State 6-4, 3 wins in a row. Tyson Degenhart was named the Mountain West Freshman of the Week. So he's out there, obviously going to need another big game from him. You know, and Santa Clara has struggled a little bit against good big guys. In some of the games they've lost, the teams have had good big guys. So if this might be a game where Mladen Armouche really could try to assert himself and have a big game down low. Some of the injuries and some of the issues that Santa Clara has had have come from big guys. Look at Buster. Look at Buster. Buster Bronco's ready to go, fired up. Buster is ready to go. Wearing the orange just like the team, so should be a fun one tonight. You know, looks like it's going to be a nice crowd, and this is certainly a game that Boise State needs to find a way to win. Looking for 4 in a row. They got Montana Tech on Sunday, and then a big one against Washington State up in Spokane coming up next Wednesday. So top of the hour, the game will be on CBS Sports Network. Again, you can listen to Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson. They will have the radio call on 670 KBOI. You can also go to the Boise State website and find the streaming link there as well. So maybe turn down the TV and then listen to Bob and Abe. That's probably the best way to do it. But an interesting stretch here for Boise State. They're playing 7 of their next 8 games against teams ranked 110 or better in KenPom. So this is a very tough stretch of games for Boise State, and it's a chance for them to really start to try to make some hay in terms of, as I said earlier, moving up in the computer rankings and things like that. Taking a look at Pavle Kuzmanovic during warmups, he is wearing a brace on his left ankle, but looks like he is going to play in this game. He is suited up and going through warmups. He's got looks like just an extra kind of ankle brace on his left ankle, but really good news for Boise State. There he is right there. You can see the ankle. You can see him going through some warmups. Sorry for the spotty Wi-Fi right there, but they need to get him going. They need to get Max Rice going. Max Rice would be if he could hit a couple threes tonight. That would obviously be big for Boise State as well. These are my favorite uniforms, the retro polos for the coaches, the orange uniforms. These are probably my favorite uniforms here. Santa Clara against 7-4 on the season, and this is going to be a good test for Boise State. But Leon Rice said yesterday, you know what? They scheduled tough for a reason. They scheduled tough. They played some tough games because they wanted to be ready for opportunities like this. They're battle tested. They've been to the well, and they are ready for situations like this where they hope that it's, they're ready when the games get tougher as they are. As I said, 7 of the next 8 games for Boise State are going to be, top 100 type games. So certainly it's an opportunity here over the next 3-4 weeks for Boise State to make a statement. You got 3 more non-conference games, then you get into conference play starting up after that. And obviously a lot for Boise State to play for moving forward. So we'll be back with the post-game show. The Lithia Florida Boise post-game show. You'll hear from Leon Rice. You'll hear from some players, post-game interviews on the post-game show after the game as we break it down. And then a quick reminder, signing day. We'll have the signing day special going tomorrow all day. We'll have the blog going about 6 a.m. on the site, BroncoNationNews.com. And then we will have a live signing day show tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We got some recruits scheduled to join us live on the signing day show. Wall-to-wall coverage of Boise State athletics, and particularly tomorrow football with signing day. So appreciate you for checking us out here, the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. Thank you to Lithia Ford. Thank you to rowpaint.com. And thank you for you guys checking in. And again, about 15 minutes after the game, we'll be back with the post-game show here on the Bronco Nation News social media channels. We'll get you some post-game reaction. We'll break down the game, and then signing day show tomorrow as well. So follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Bronco Nation News. We appreciate you for checking this out. Again, Boise State on the court warming up, crowd filing in. We're about 20 minutes from tip-off. Top of the hour, Santa Clara and Boise State, a big one, non-conference game here in mid-December. So we'll talk to you post-game on the Lithia Florida Boise post-game show after the game right here on the social media channels of Bronco Nation News.
Welcome back to the Blue, Albertson Stadium, home of your Boise State Broncos, the bastion of Bronco Nation, a field of dreams where greatness has become a tradition. Whether you're new to Idaho and this is your first game, or your family has had season tickets for 3 generations, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here.